Hello everyone, Josh Gary from JoshG.tv, and this episode of In Review. If you haven't been catching up with my personal video blogs, I've been doing some stuff at the River Run International Film Festival being held here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and so because of that, decided to go with a theme, and this episode is about the movie Suck. Now, Suck is a Canadian independent film, which basically what an independent film is a film that doesn't get to use all of the big money from the big Hollywood studios. But Suck, which is done by Rob Stefaniuk, however you say that. It's a strange name, but he definitely hits the mark with this movie. This movie was at the 2009 Toronto International Film Festival, got a lot of rave reviews, and it also got the Audience Choice Award at the Whistler Film Festival in 2009, and it made its U.S. debut at South by Southwest this past year in March, and of course it was at this year's River Run Festival, which there was a lot of buzz about the movie. Now, the movie has a simple premise. It's about a rock band called The Winners. Now, Rob, the director of the movie, he actually stars as the front man for this band, and he also produced, directed, he did some of the soundtrack, performed some of the soundtrack. He's all over this movie. But it's about this band called The Winners, and their bassist, which is a hottie named Jennifer, she gets mixed up with a vampire and becomes a vampire. And it's a kind of a off-kilter comedy spoof kind of movie. It's a rock and roll movie first, but it also has vampires in it, and it also has Malcolm McDowell, who plays the vampire hunter. It has Dave Foley from The Kids in the Hall. He plays the band's sleazy drunk manager. And here's the kicker: for being an independent film, it has cameos and big parts from Alice Cooper, Iggy Pop, Henry Rollins, Moby, which you will not forget Moby's participation in this movie. He plays a character totally different than how you actually see him. The movie was very fun. If you're a big rock and roll fan, there are a lot of shots that kind of make you giggle. They recreate Abbey Road, the cover of Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen, some Rolling Stones. You got to catch them. If you pay attention and you're really watching the movie and you're big on your rock and roll, you're going to catch it and you're going to laugh. It's a good time. Even though this movie is an independent movie, there are a lot of special effects that you wouldn't expect coming from an independent movie. And then, of course, having Alice Cooper as one of the main characters, Iggy Pop is a pretty prominent character, and Henry Rollins is just hilarious in this movie. It is definitely one that I recommend you go see. If you like vampires, go watch it. If you like rock and roll, go watch it. If you like rock and roll and vampires, go ahead and watch it. It is scheduled for release on whatever format, DVD, Blu-ray, Netflix, watch it online, whatever, and a soundtrack expected to release later this year, fall of 2010. I will recommend it. So for the final score of Suck from this year's River Run Festival, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to give it a 4G. It was a very good movie. It's not huge star quality. It didn't really have a huge budget, and it shows in some places, but it's one that I don't think you should miss at all. This has been Josh Gary from JoshG.tv, and we'll see you next time.